Hi all, so welcome to the today's tutorial. So today we will make the vector class and we will check how we can print the value from the vector class. So let's start the tutorial. So what I will do, I will create some directory inside our project. So this is our project name, and that directory I will create extras in which or util folder, and I will have one more folder which will be our which will contain all the core mathlib, where we will put all the classes which will be related to the math class. So in utils class, we will add one file, one C++ class, and we will name it as utils, and we will add all the utility codes here. Okay, this is perfect. And in the MATLAB, the first class which I'll be making is for the vector. So we will name it as m vector, because Unreal already contain the already contain the vector class which we usually call f vector. So we will create everything from scratch, each and every piece. So that is why I'm changing the navy convention, so it will be pretty much clear, like we are using r vector. So this is m vector, just press ok. So this is our header file for the m vector. Okay, so the first thing is the vector representation is like of three variable like x, y, and z if we are talking about 3D representation. If we will talk about 2D, it will be just a 2D format. That means x and y, right? So if we will if I will open my Chrome. So these vector are in the 3D space. So that is why we have Z. If I will remove that, if I will move a 2D, so this was the 2D. In this vector, we don't have any uh, Z axis. So it's just the 2D and it's just plain vector, right? So for this, we need X comma Y comma Z. And in previous code, we have seen like vector does have just the just three value x, y, and z, where we have put this, right? So what we will do, we will put float x comma y comma z, and we will instantiate this value x underscore x comma underscore y comma, okay, it will be float underscore y comma float underscore z. So here I am making a constructor where we will pass some value x comma y comma z, then it will update those values, and I will put these value inside the main variable, which is x, y, and z. So I will just copy paste it. So it will be y and it will be z. So whenever we will, create object, we can just use this constructor and it will create the vector for us, right? Where it will be defined as x comma y comma z. Next thing is how we can print the value of vector. So as we are using C++, so we can use operator overloading, and in operator overloading we usually use ostream. So std cout. Give me a second. Let me check that statement. Std cout. Okay, so alt enter. It will include the iostream. So when you will click control, just click on cout button. It will say, okay, we this is the class ostream which we need. So to print the value, what I will do, I will just like trend ostream, uh, and I have to use one namespace too. Saying namespace std. So it will include ostream and operator. I do want to override this operator so I can print the value, and inside this I need os stream, and it will be value by reference stream comma vector, and again pass by value by reference, and it will be like vector. And we will define it here. Okay, I haven't added any return statement, that is why it is giving me that error. So return stream. So whenever I do want to print some vector, so let's imagine cout std cout, I can do it like this. Sorry, do it like this and it will start working because we have this. If I will remove this, this will give error because right now we don't have any print function, like we don't have any cout for this. We already have defined override for this variable like cout. We can cout integer float value, but for that particular vector or the particular class, we can just override this operator and it will start working out. How do you want to print the value? We can just write it here like a stream, and here we want vector vector dot x y. Just copy paste it. So x one more, but this will be okay x comma y comma z. So it will just print the vector. Okay, perfect. Next thing is like what if I do want to add some vector? So let's see the visual representation. What do you mean by vector addition? So let's imagine we have two vector. Let's check in the 2D format first. So let's have like two vector. Right now I do have one vector from, give me a second, let me select this, let me delete. Okay, so this is one vector, right? And the position of this vector is like from 0 to 5 in x-axis. And maybe this. And next, uh, okay, let's have the 4 unit in the x-axis. And let's define one more vector. Let me choose vector. And let me so this is another vector which is v. So these two vector is like, so this is moving this way and this c is moving upward. So the net resultant vector will be the starting point and the end point. So the resultant vector will be this one. So w vector will be like u plus v. So here also in guide, when we will add two vector, so let's imagine so if you will see, this vector is like 4 comma 0. So this will be 4 comma 0, and this also will be 4 comma 0. No, sorry, 4 comma 3, right? And so the 4 comma 3 vector is w, and v vector, if you will see, the starting point is not origin. So we have to shift this vector. So if we will make a copy of this vector here, the value of this vector will be 0 comma 3, right? So if you will add these to this one and this one, the resultant will be 4 comma 3, which is this, right? So this is the resultant vector, like where it is the addition of these two. Okay, and let's imagine if we do want to subtracted, that means we are just doing the opposite. Let's imagine if you do want to find a vector which is from z to origin, then it will be like u minus v. So in that case we will just reverse it and it will do the calculation. So let us see how we will do the same thing with the code. So in that case, we have to write the vector only, because when we will add some vector or subtract some vector, the resultant will also be a vector, right? So in that case, m vector and operator. The first operator is the addition, and our second will be like m vector to m vector. Control D. It will be minus. And we will also go for multiplication. I don't see if we can divide if we need some calculation where we are dividing vector with vector, but we can do that, like you will have that idea. So select these three, alt enter and generate definition, press OK, and here what we will do, return m vector, and first will be like x, this is plus, so m plus m vector dot x, sorry, the m vector dot x comma y comma z. So let me fix z, z, y, y, and this is it. So this is for the addition. I think you can repeat the same step with subtraction and the multiplication. Minus, 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 uh, and this is multiplication part. So multiplication, multiplication, and multiplication. So there is one more interesting thing actually. Instead of writing like this, you can remove this and you can put this curly braces, and it will also treat this expression as the m vector. Reason being is we have created one constructor which is taking three variable, and we have defined the three variable this way. So let me do that. Give me a second. Let me remove this and we'll replace this. Perfect. So I think you have got the basic concept of vectors. In next tutorial, we will just elaborate about what we can do more in the vector classes. This was just the basics. So this was it for today. We will just test it if it is working out or not. So what we will do, we will just create one core folder in which we will put our game mode and all. So directory core. This core is basically for the Blueprint and Unreal classes. So Unreal class, and we do want to have our own game mode. So game mode, we can also use game mode base, but we can use this one. So m game mode, press OK. And in the game mode, we can just virtual begin play override. As soon as we will call the begin play, I will create one m vector vector is equals to 12 comma 12 comma 12. So I'm defining one vector, and we will see out vector. Let's check if it is working out or not. We compile. Okay, it is here. So in the world setting, we can just select our M game mode and we can just play and it should compile. Okay, it is here. As soon as I will go forward, it should print the value in the debugger output. It's not printing, it is skipping this line, maybe because of Unreal. So what we can do, we can actually write the standard UI log. So what we will do, like as a warning, write UI log temp, and inside the text like XYZ. So whenever we will override, we will call, we will write this operator with the M vector, it will print this value. And now it should work. Compile. Let's try. We have this value. Perfect. So this is working fine. I think so. This was it for today. Thank you and have a nice day. And we have also created actually plus minus so you can test it, or we will cover it in the next tutorial. Thank you and have a nice day.